Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to On the Rail TV. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure to like, share, and enjoy on social media. Facebook, we're there, On the Rail TV. Well, the match today is going to be Scott Frost versus Efren Reyes, the One Pocket Challenge match. They played in 2008. It's a $5,000 match, race to 8. Total of 14 games. This was only out on DVD, but we're bringing it to you for free. The only thing that I ask is that you subscribe to the channel. If you want to contribute on the Rail TV, you can. If you'd like to pick up a title, such as one of these, Power One Pocket 1 or 2 to learn the game of One Pocket, or Rocket Science, which covers 8, 9, and 10 ball, stop at ontherailtv.com and you can snatch one up. Make sure to check out Pool and Billiard Classifieds. It's a group that I run on Facebook. We're about 30,000 members. You can buy, sell, trade, pool cues, cases, all types of stuff. Whatever you're looking for, you can find it there. All right, without further ado, let's get to the match. Yeah, it's been a while since I've watched it, so it'll be a first time for both of us, relatively. Um, Here's the all-important lag, and Scott Frost gets it. And Scott lays down a pretty good break here. We did have to mute the background audio due to music in the background, so apologies in advance for that. But I will try to give you guys some decent commentary if I can. Sorry if my voice doesn't sound so great. Just getting past COVID, and yeah, I'm at the tail end of it. Well, Efren's got a pretty easy return here. Oh, wow. Big mistake by the magician. And at the time, 2008, Scott was kind of coming into his groove. Up until this point, Efren always spotted Scott, so this was their first time, I think, playing even for money. Mark Cantrell put this exhibition on, this challenge match. I don't know if I would call it an exhibition because there was money on the line that the players were playing for. Looks like Scott got spooked there and got back up on a shot. Yeah, he's like, I see you over there. Big match, first shot. He wants to execute. Oh, and he missed it. Hangs it up. Efren, I don't know if he can get at the ball. It's a tricky one. I don't know if he can go rail first and make that ball or not. But Efren was still playing great one pocket during this time in 2008. I mean, he was still winning tournaments, and everyone at that time certainly was considered him to be the best one pocket player alive. Well, that might have worked out pretty good. I think you're gonna have to see Scott jack up and just pop that 7 ball and keep the cue ball in the stack. This might have been my second live stream that I had ever done. I had done Earl Strickland, I think, during the week of this event. He had came into town and did an exhibition, and played some challenge matches and gambling matches, and that was the first time that I had actually live streamed. And a lot of people at the time, it just wasn't common. Now everybody's live streaming pool, but at the time nobody was doing it. So, and the device that I was using was some small little dinky weird Chinese webcam. So the quality at the time wasn't that great. I mean, this video that you see here was actually recorded with a camcorder. It wasn't the actual live stream footage. That footage is pretty tough to watch, to say the least. Not saying this is great, but That's not going to do it. I mean, Efren can cut this ball in, it looks like, possibly. Doesn't really have a lot of options, you know. A lot of pressure to make this ball. And if I recall, this table played pretty fairly tight. I want to say it was four and an eighth, four and a quarter pockets. That's a good shot there. Well, Efren wiggled that ball in. I don't know if Efren can make this three ball or not. If he can, he's just going to have to give up the one. I'm surprised he came up so high on that ball. Scott's got a pretty easy, well, not easy bank, but a pretty free bank here on this ball and carries a lot of reward and nearly no risk. Important pocket speed here. Ball bounced up a little bit above the danger zone, which is the first diamond away from the pocket. Oh, Scott. Efren just made it for Scott, and I think he played shape also. So we got a 2-2 ball count. Not Efren's best work, for sure. But, yeah, Scott used to really cut those balls in pretty well. I started to realize myself, after I'd see him make some really great shots, that the possibilities, I guess you could say, of pocketing balls, just from some of the crazy cuts he could make. Yeah, this footage, we had gotten it from Carlos Avalos. He had set up some cameras and recorded it, and we were able to obtain the footage from him years ago and put out a DVD, which a lot of people purchased, and we appreciate all of that, everybody who supported us over the years. But people aren't really buying DVDs that much anymore, so I've done a lot of either USB drives with lots of content when people have emailed me, because that's one of the easiest ways to do it, or digital downloads. Look at this shot. Look at this shot. Wow. How about that one, Bull fans? And yeah, I just figured it would be good for us to get this, get some of the stuff from the hard drive online and let you guys enjoy it. Kind of following suit with what AccuStats has been doing too. AccuStats has been putting a lot of matches online. If you go to their channel, we love Pat Fleming, we love AccuStats, and if you go to their channel on YouTube, there's a lot of matches there that they're putting up for people to watch free. Well, Scott gets that first game. But yeah, we had a really good crowd there for this event. As you can see in the background, there's a lot of people there. They had bleachers all around the table, and all the pool nuts in Arizona came out to watch it, and actually even people from bordering states like California. Well, that's a really nice break there from Efren. And Scott can try to play off the one ball. That's kind of like a standard play a lot of times, coming playing off the one. And Scott, got the one ball over on his side, and it doesn't look like he's left Efren a shot there on that three ball. Yep, Efren didn't have to do anything drastic there. Just put him back, and now Scott can't play off the one. He's going to have to find something else to do here. That was nicely done. He focused on his cue ball, getting it over towards the rail on Efren's side, and getting a ball over to his side. And that's not going to work. So Scott's got an opportunity here, and I would say easy starting shot, but he is jacked up over the ball, looks like. A little awkward bridging here, and it's going to see if Scott can get position on those balls where his hand is at. I mean, there's pass there, but it's tight. I don't know if he got there. No. He's got a two-railer on the 9 ball. Struck the ball pretty good, and hasn't really left Efren anything good. Don't believe Efren can get to the 9 to move it. If he can, that's what he'll do. He's got a path there. And he might be trying to twist this ball. Looks like he's going at the 9. Yeah, it's a good shot. He has left Scott a straight back bank, which he's got that. He's got a bank here on the 8 that he could play into the balls, which he might like better. Wow, what a shot. Combo bank, and Scott's got a 2-0 ball lead. A lot of combination action going on here. Look at the side pocket. Ooh, just escapes it. I bet he puckered up there without question. Cue ball was going right into the side pocket. But you would expect Scott to run out here. I think at the time Scott was playing with that cue that he was playing with was a Falcon cue, and it had like a super skinny shaft if I remember on it, like I don't know, 12 millimeter or 11 and a half. I don't know. It was. Yeah, it was a Falcon cue, maybe like a Mustang series Falcon, in black with white. And Scott's gonna get this game. Needs one ball. And Scott's leading 2-0. Yeah, the gentleman there who was putting the balls up was Babe Thompson. He was refereeing the match, and he's a local legend and played some really great straight pool in his day. See how Scott breaks the balls here. That was a nice break. Yeah, this match will be in 2 parts. This is the first of 2 parts that we'll have it done in because it's a 4-hour match, so we'll do 2 hours and then 2 hours. Scott could go thin off this 3 ball and get him on the stack if he wanted to, or he could take a foul into the stack or kick into the stack. It looks like he's kicking into the stack. Nicely done. Um, Sometimes the stack lay is pretty good for shots like that, where you can go off the rail and kick into the stack, and the cue ball will float up table, or you can bury him in the stack. It just it's all a part of reading the stack and looking for dead ones or looking for balls that are going to have good movement towards your side and still hold that cue ball up without selling out. Well, nice try there from Efren, but he's sold out. So Scott's got a chance here now to run some balls, clearly. You would expect him almost to get all the way out the way they're laying for him. There's some work to do here, but I'd have to bet on Scott running out or at least getting close to out. If I were a gambling man. Wow. I mean, his ability to cut the balls, especially during this time, were unbelievable. Some of the shots that he would shoot. I remember when this match occurred. You know, it had a lot of buzz in the local pool community, and people were really excited when I was like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna live stream it, and we're gonna get it online for you guys to watch." So people all over the country watched. I mean, there was hundreds of people watching online, maybe even nearly 1,000 people watching online, which was a lot during that time. So just like that, Scott is up 3 games to 0. And we're only 20 something minutes into this. It's a good break from Efren. I mean, Scott can try to come off the bottom of the 9. He could also bank the stripe that's across from the cue ball right now and go down table and leave them doubled up. Just drift the cue ball down table by that corner pocket up there. And I think, you sometimes you can move some balls to your side. You just the most important thing is controlling the cue ball. That ball that you're going to bank over into the stack and try to move balls over is naturally going to go there. So don't focus on that. You need to focus on your cue ball. Sliding it down table, leaving him doubled up. And see, Scott's looking at banking a ball into this combination of balls and trying to move stuff over to his side. But your cue ball, it needs to go up towards that corner pocket. Leave him doubled up. Oh, whoa. Well, he left left Efren an opening shot, and you expect Efren to punish him here. I mean, Scott did get a lot of balls on his side, a lot of strength on his side, so that's you know, Efren can't miss or really make a mistake because Scott has that strength on his side, all the balls. And this table is still at Colby's in Tempe. It's missing a piece of the table. I remember, like, I guess you could say the skirt that goes around the table. There's a piece missing. So if you're ever at Colby's, you could probably play on this table. Plays pretty good, actually. So Efren's got a 2-0 ball lead, but I mean Scott looks like he has a shot here to bank this over. Yes, he did. It's not going to be any good, and Efren could bank this 6 into the looks like the 10 there, and put the cue ball behind the 3 and the 7 if he wanted to. He could also try to kick the 6 over. So I don't know if the 6 banks cleanly past. If it does, obviously he'll do that. But yeah, got a double kiss there. Yeah, I might have said it earlier, but yeah, Scott up to this point had not beaten Efren even for money. Efren would usually spot him. And Scott's leaving him on the rail and pretty much straight in. Yeah, during the time I think Mark Cantrell was putting together, like some cool pool stuff, challenge matches, and he put together this challenge match and put together Earl Strickland's exhibition earlier that week. So yeah, I was thrown right into the fire when it came to streaming. I knew that I was capable of doing it, and look at this. He's going rail first. Oh wow, beautiful shot. Look at that shot. That's that's the Efren we all know and love. Yeah, but if I could play 9 ball like anybody, it would be Earl Strickland. If I could play one pocket like anyone, it would be Efren. Now Scott could come off the 5 and go all the way down to that top left-hand corner with the cue ball. Looks like that's what he's doing. Might get some movement here, some balls over to his side. Well, he was able to make the 5, which is even better. I didn't know if he had enough of the ball. It was a great shot. Now, I mean, Scott has a shot, but it's not anything easy. And now he's kind of in a awkward position where it's almost instead of playing the 7, he could take a chop at the 4 because he could get his cue ball safe and get a ball close to his pocket. But it all depends on how you're feeling and how you're shooting, and in that moment. And you see Scott pointing to where he wants to be with that cue ball. It's kind of like a safety zone, right? He elected to take the more safer shot. Okay, that was pretty nice. I mean, it was pretty creative what he did there. He didn't go for the cut. He went for the double bank. I mean, Efren does have a shot here. He could shoot this ball and very likely get behind the balls, get a shot on the 13 or the 6 that's down here, going up and down the table. But if you happen to miss and don't get your cue ball down there by the 6 because there's so much traffic, you're gonna sell out. Let's just see what Efren does. Like I said, I have not watched this match in a very, very long time. So it's almost like watching it for the first time along with you guys. Nothing wrong with that shot. That was a very safe and controlled shot. Looks like Scott's trying to. Oh, wow. Yeah, he was trying to get behind the ball and move it away a little bit so it wouldn't have. The 3 wouldn't be so threatening. But straight into the pocket, past the 3 it went. No, and Efren scratches. Whoa. Wasn't expecting that. Outside of the scratch, it was a pretty crafty shot. Scott was going to be in a little bit of trouble there. So does Scott shoot here and try to run some balls, or does he just make the 13 and leave him behind the 3? I'm not quite sure what he's going to do here actually. Maybe he's going to try to pocket a ball and go into the 13 with the cue ball. Oh, nice shot. He's made one for Efren and one for himself. He's thinking about playing combination here, maybe 3-2, 3-6. It looks like it's 3-2. That's what he's trying to play. And it's going to be no good. Good shot there from Efren. He was able to get past the 6 ball on that bank, and he's got a good shot here. Good angle, coming from the 6 to go into the balls, and open them up so he can get out. And that was nicely done. He didn't just fly into him. He knew which ball he was going into and what shot he was going to have next. I believe Efren is out here. Well, score is now 3-1. This was rack your own. Not sure if it was a re-rack, if they made a ball on their break or not. I don't know if they were playing with that rule yet. A lot of times in gambling, people would do at the tournaments during the time. I don't think they were doing that. Well, Scott lays down a fair break. I mean, he's got some balls open to his side, but looks like Efren has a pretty easy out of this. Go off the 6 and under the 5. Yeah, that's a good shot. But he's scratched, so he is now -1. You know, Scott has a good opportunity here. And expect him to run some balls. And Scott's leading 2 to -1. That's a good shot there. And this is a pretty steep angle, and he's going to be up over the stack. And Scott missing that ball has left Efren a shot here on the 2. And Efren is now even. Ball count is now 3-0. Efren does have a bank here, it looks like, on the 6, or he could cross the 13 to his side and leave the cue ball covered. I like swirling the 6 and going into the stack. Yeah, he did, and it just made the ball. Nicely done. He's got a bank here on the 14. looks like almost like an angle where he can get over behind the stack with the cue ball. And he's came up short, but he's not left Scott anything really good. That I see anyway. And Scott's going to just go thin off this ball down to the end rail. Looks like Efren's going to kick into the balls. And I like this shot, the way there's that gap there that he can hit. Yep. He did not get a rail, so his hard-earned ball he's going to have to spot up. And we have a 3-0 score. Frost leading 3-1. Hope your audio and video is coming in good. And yeah, Scott's jacked up here. He's going to have to try to kick 2 rails at the 14 or the 2. Yeah, 14, it's a good shot. He did foul, so he's going to have to spot a ball. Now Efren can go off the 2 and into the stack if he wants here. It's laying pretty good for that. Nicely done. Now, Scott's not going to kick 2 rails at the 14 like he did in the previous shot. He's probably going to have to try to kick out this 2 ball. It's a touchy shot because he could scratch off of it. You know, it might be... I mean, he needs to kick the 2 ball up by the 14. Touchy shot, especially when you're jacked up, to be accurate. A lot of skill on shots like this, and you know, these great one pocket players that we're watching are, I mean, you know, you can go home and or to the pool room and practice these shots, and shooting jacked up is difficult. And even more difficult when you're playing Efren Reyes. And Scott knows what he's got to do here. He knows where he needs to be. And it looks like he can cue fairly well through that gap. So that was nice. And he kicked that ball really good. It didn't take a foul, and you know, Efren could go off the 5 ball and back into the stack. I kind of like that shot. He could, I don't think he can kick out at the 13 to bring it over to his side. Going thin off the 5 into the stack's the right shot. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. Scott going off this, yeah, I like this, going off this stripe, and he's going to try to get his cue ball over by where the 2 is. Yeah, in that area. Yeah, you saw where he pointed with the cue. He wanted to get his cue ball further over because he's kind of left a 2-railer here on the 13 for Efren. or Efren could move that other stripe. Nice two-railer. Oh, he ends up moving that other stripe ball, and he's opened up some balls to his side, and it's not getting better for the freezer here. I mean, so he's gonna have to try to do something. Hmm. And he knows that. He knows that it's getting worse and worse with every shot. So if he's got something aggressive to shoot at, it might be the time to do so. And you got to know when it's time to go. When it's time to shoot. Whoa! Look at this shot. Ah, just missed it. That was a good effort. I mean, he would have been in pretty decent shape after that shot, but Efren, oh, stretching across the table for this one, and nice easy shot to start off with. And we're tied at 2 balls apiece. I don't know if that 7 ball goes cleanly. He's looking at that. Maybe a combination. Yeah. Okay, so Efren needs 5 from here. And they're all open, so you would expect him to run out. It's a good shot there with the bridge. And so Efren now needs 2 balls. And Efren is now out. Efren breaking the balls there. Scott leading 3 games to 2. See, we seen that shot come up earlier, and Scott didn't play his cue ball down. This time he did, and it's he didn't really get a lot moved to his side, but he did he rearranged the furniture basically, and Efren does have some shots here. He can try to back cut this ball, and cue ball should land relatively safe. I don't know. I don't know if Scott has this bank or not. It looks close. Hard to tell from this angle. Oh, whoa. Just rattled it. Just rattled it. So now Efren has a bank here on the 3 ball. A lot of reward here if he makes this ball, so sometimes you gotta go. Can't always play it safe. Just commit to making the ball. You know your cue ball is going to give you another shot. And it's nicely done. I expect to see Efren do some damage here. I mean, elevated over here over the 5, and yeah, playing this 13 ball next, he can kind of open the balls up a little, and he has an insurance ball close to his pocket. He's got that stripe for another shot if he doesn't get something else. I mean, he should be guaranteed a shot here. Yep. Efren looks like he's gonna run out. I mean, he's got a shot, and I think he can. Don't know if that's gonna push the 8 over, if he's gonna land on the 1. And he came back over for looks like the 5 ball. So he needs 1. He could move these 2 balls, the 6 and the 9, but if he's got a shot, I like him shooting it. And that's what he's going to do. He's going for the 5 ball. Nicely done. Now we're tied at 3 games apiece when it looked like Scott was running away with it. And it should be Scott's break. See how Scott breaks the balls. Wants to land by where the chalk is. Not too bad of a break. I mean, I don't know if Efren can get to that stripe closest to Scott's pocket. We'll see. He fired the balls over, and Scott. I don't know if he can cross the 9. It might be a kiss, but we're gonna find out. You know, if he could go off the stripe and get his cue ball behind the 9, that would be pretty crafty. I think that's what he's looking to do. This would be a beautiful shot if he executes it correctly. Look at him. Oh, that was really nicely done. Look at that touch. Now Efren's in a bit of a little situation here. He can try to kick. If he can get him up in the top left-hand corner, and I think that's what he's going to look to do, is leave him doubled up. Yeah. He's looking to leave him doubled up, and when he bumped the camera there. Oh, straight into the drink. I mean, the only good thing is the ball didn't go in, so Scott's got that ball hanging, but he is -1, and Efren has an opening shot. But Scott's got so much strength on his side that, it's going to be difficult for Efren to run out here. It's going to be difficult in general. Scott's sometimes the table just ends up like this. Like you have cue ball in hand in the kitchen, but Scott just the layout on his side of the table is so nice. So Efren probably he just might not even shoot here. He might just try to pocket this 9 ball somehow. And he's going to take the open shot. Let's see if he can get position for something else. And he did. It was nicely done. It was really actually beautiful shot how he just slid across without touching the stack. And he navigated, through there pretty nicely. I don't really see too much after this ball though. That was a good shot. Got that pressure ball down that was on Scott's side, and probably could move these 2 balls away from Scott's side of the table. And he's got to, yeah, he's going to move these balls. That was a good shot. Looks like Scott was making sure that ball was frozen. Don't know if he's going to try to go for a bank here on the bottom stripe ball or go for some sort of kick. He went for a kick, he got a rail. I don't know if Efren's obviously got the 1 ball, but it's a risky shot. And I guess if you're playing for funsies with your friends, you could shoot the 1 ball or something like that, but not for what they were doing. And maybe Scott can twirl the 3 ball. Maybe. It looks like he's attempting it. And, well, came close to making that ball. Very nicely done. And, yeah, Efren might have to go off the 2 ball and try to clip the 3 out. I don't see a lot of good options here. I don't know if he can get at the 14 ball. If he has a path to the 14, that's close to the three ball, he could try to do something off of that, but that's what he tried to do, and he's sold out. Made a ball for Scott, and looks like our ball count is 3-1. Or it might be 2-1. Sorry about that. 2-2 now. It looks like the score is 4-2, and I don't know if Scott's got the shot. He's not quite sure. This really is a game of just millimeters, right? I mean, you can just get hooked by a hair. The difference between, running out or letting your opponent get back to the table. He doesn't want to let Efren get back to the table. He had I think he was, up 3-0, and then, then Efren got some momentum, and, Scott wants to put a stop to it if he can. Yeah, he was just he wanted to make it so badly. Whoa, but that worked out okay. See, Efren's not the only one who gets lucky. That worked out all right. Okay, so Scott's leading 4-2, if my score is correct. Huh. So Efren's he was kind of pointing out like kicking at the 8 maybe? I don't know. Or is cue ball being over on the 8, coming off the 6? That'd be a crafty shot. Maybe he's just going to take a foul. Huh. I didn't think he had enough room to make the ball. What a shot. I thought he was snuggled up on that 6 ball. Had me fooled. Either way, a pretty great shot there from Efren. And he's in line to run some balls. So if the score is correct, Efren needs 2. we go. Efren takes the lead. That was a big game. Yeah, that was a big game. Not sure what kind of cue Efren was playing with at the time. Uh, Looks like some sort of rapless cue. So Efren's laid down a pretty good break, and I don't know if Scott can, get at the two ball or not. If he can, that would be an ideal ball to use. But see, he's pointing down there when he's doing this. That's where he's looking at, what Efren's going to see if he were to leave him a shot, because this might be the third time this match so far where Scott might be, you know, um, maybe banking balls into the stack and trying to leave Efren doubled up down table. Or sometimes you even take a foul there, but if he can, he must not be able to see the two. So I have to go for a shot here. He did, and he struck it nicely. That was a really nice bank on the 14, and he really didn't leave Efren that great. I mean, Efren might have been able to chop in that 11 or the two, but it was both shots looked pretty difficult. So that was a good shot there from Scott, where his cue ball placement was to give himself another shot, and if he had hung it, he left Efren pretty tough. And if Scott's feeling it, he's going to go for the bank. And he's feeling it. Clearly not without risk, but he just felt that it looked dead to him. And sometimes the balls do, and he's got another bank here. He's hitting the 7 ball with the cue ball. He's hung that ball up. It's a good shot. And I mean, I'm not really quite sure what Efren plans to do here. I mean, he could kick at it one rail to make the 6. He could bank this 9 ball over. Oh, he shot the 9 into the ball. That was a good shot. And you saw where his cue ball is. That's where he was looking to be earlier. I don't know how that combination's lying, that 5 and the stripe there. I don't think it's sitting good for Scott to shoot at. He's gonna have to do something with the 9. Hmm. Well, he kept Efren off the 2 railer, it looks like. I don't think Efren's gonna shoot that. Well, it's hard to see what Efren's looking to do here. He could have shot into that. That was a decent shot. He could have shot into that stripe into the 5 and moved, opened up balls towards his side and kept the cue ball down here, but that was a nice shot. Scott pinned the cue ball there, and I don't think Efren can see that stripe. If he can see it to bank it, then clearly that's what he's going to do. Yeah, he could get at it, and Efren gets a ball, and it's 5-1. Yeah, this stack play, you know, is so crucial in this game. That was a really nice shot there because he's limiting what Scott can do. It was a nice kick. I mean, we've seen Scott shoot those shots a few times this match and hitting them pretty accurately. Those are pretty difficult shots. Well, those balls on Scott's side, it didn't really leave Scott anything good. It was kind of fortunate there for Efren, and Scott's leading 5-1. He doesn't want to make a mistake and really let Efren back in the game. He's gonna try to manage this game so he doesn't let that happen. And I like this shot, to pull away the 5 ball and kick it away. I don't really feel it's time to shoot here yet, I mean, there's nothing really to shoot at. I looked kind of at the 4 ball, but it's a very difficult shot. And if he were to miss, Efren could be back in the game or possibly even win the game from there. Yep. He Could have probably kicked that up a little bit harder. I mean, Efren kind of do what he wants to do here. Look at this. He hit that ball pretty good. Now Scott's gonna have to kick that 9 away. Looks like he's a little elevated. And Efren, has another bank. Or is he looking at playing this ball off the ball? Does it go off the 3? And cue ball will swing around down table. Oh, look at this shot. Doesn't want to scratch. Efren scratch. You saw what he did with his cue there? That was funny. So Efren is down to 0 balls. And Scott with it was a nice shot from Efren. If he would have made it and not scratched, I don't think he would have ran out, but we probably would have like a 5-5 score or something along those lines. Alright, Scott now with an opportunity here to tie it up 4-4 if he can get 2 more balls. Nicely done. He's got a bank here on the 5 ball. Well, he didn't make that bank, and Efren's got a 1 railer straight back at him. Or he could cross across that lower ball on the spot. Looks like the 7 ball. He could twirl this ball in. The cue ball going over towards the side pocket. And that's no good. Scott's gonna shoot here. And that should be all she wrote for this game. And we are at 4-4 now. Back and forth match we got. Efren, is walking over to take a look, see if anything is dead towards his pocket, like that 3 ball, which it doesn't look like that it is. So, returning the break is so crucial, and there's so many different shots that that you need to know to return the break to try to get out of stuff like this. I know that he hates to leave him on this side, but sometimes you don't have a lot of options. You just are trying to limit movement, keeping him frozen on the stack, but it looks like Scott can go off this ball and maybe get behind the 6 ball. Oh, that was a great shot. Wow, beautiful shot. So Scott makes a ball there, and he's off to the races, it looks like. Yeah, you guys watching on YouTube can replay that shot. didn't think he could make it from there. Look at that. Got a What a stroke there on that ball being elevated. He's left himself doubled up unless he can cut that stripe in. Yeah, he's got that stripe, which brings him around. It looks like the table. Oh, he missed it. No, didn't expect that. I thought we were going to see a little 8 and out action. We'll see what Efren does here. The 9 ball brings him to the stack where he can get kind of buried. So he's got to be careful on this. And he's going to move balls towards Scott's side too. So he might have to take that other stripe. So Efren's got this ball. He's got a chance to get position. Yep, just like that, nicely done. Ball count is now 2-2. Not sure if Efren is straight on this ball. If he is, he'll probably pocket it and he could bank that solid. That's closest to Scott's side. But if he has any sort of angle, he's probably going to have to go into the balls. Yeah, he just didn't have the angle. That was a good shot. I mean, he's got it hanging. So we got a 3-2 ball count, favoring Efren, and I don't know if Scott's looking to kick out the stack here if he sees a dead one. Yeah, if not, he's gonna have to try to kick that ball in. Give Efren the ball. Yeah, so it's now 4-2. Yeah, Efren moved that ball with a purpose, and you saw what he did there. He kind of tied up those 2 balls there on Scott's side, and it's a crafty shot. You should, if you can move balls, and if you're moving balls, you should kind of do it with a purpose. So, not just getting out of the inning and you can tie stuff up on their side or open up stuff on your side. And see, Scott is smart. He's immediately gonna try to open these balls up because they're not really helping him like that. And I wish he could have hit that maybe a little bit harder. But it looks like they have a better chance of going than they did before. I wonder if Efren's gonna move those 2 balls. So they're kind of laying where he could shoot into them and move both of them. And they'll go over towards the side, but I don't really like it. It's not really laying ideal. He's not laying great, but let's just see what Efren does. I mean, he could come off the 5 and go down to the end rail. He could do that. He could, like I said, shoot at that 1 and the 2, it looks like, and move those balls away. The whole thing is if he comes off the 5 and down to the end rail, he doesn't want to leave a 2-railer for Scott. Wow, what a shot. What a shot. Didn't see that one there. And Efren is now leading 5 balls to 2, and he had a dead one the whole time. He was going Hollywood on us. All suspenseful. 6 balls to 2 now. Came up a little short. But he can pocket this. Well, Efren needs 1. Scott needs them all. So, I mean, I guess does Efren kick the 9 up into the 2-1? Or is he going for it? Yeah, he went for it. No good. I think he just kind of like did the math and said, hey, well, if I don't make this bank, I'm leaving Scott 1 ball. Scott's not guaranteed to get on the 1 or the 2, because I don't even know if the 1 goes past the 2. And the 2 only has a small window, it looks like, to get on. If he can hold this cue ball up, I mean, this bank's not a bad shot. He needs all the balls. I mean, but he's just got to take the open shot, I guess, and maybe move the 5 away. Yeah, Scott's torn between, he wants to get more balls than just this 1. Yeah, he had to make it, and he's just going to move this ball to his side. Yeah, I don't see a great shot here for Efren. He's probably just going to do something passive. Efren's always bumping the camera. Nice effort there from Scott. And I mean, Efren has a shot here on the 5 ball, but not without risk. It's a pretty difficult shot, but he might have to. I think he has to just shoot it because of where he's at. He doesn't really have much choice. Yeah, apologize for any background noise if you hear any dog barking or cars or helicopters or anything. Well, I mean, Efren doesn't want to shoot it, but he doesn't really have a choice, does he? He's gonna have to shoot. Just give it your best shot. I mean, that's all you can do is just focus on making the ball. And I mean, in this situation, because it's gonna be hard pressed not to give up a shot. Yep. Yeah, Scott. I mean, it's still not laying great for Scott. I mean, Efren was smart to put the cue ball on the end rail, but I mean, Scott could bank the 5 ball. I mean, that's the shot. Something must have happened there. Scott was, looking around. Wow, that was a great shot there from Scott. Didn't scratch. He's got a. I don't know if that 2 goes. I think you got to take the 1 here, but it's like it's kind of straight on it. I don't know if I don't think. I don't know if he could just roll down for that stripe. I mean, it looks like it's kind of flat. Uh, he must be because he's really putting a lot of thought into this. If he had an angle, he would have rolled this ball in down table. So he's winding up. Oh yeah, that was a nice shot. That was a nice shot. He punched that ball in. That was really nicely done. That was a great shot. Because I know this table. I've played on this table a lot of hours, and I'll tell you, it played fair but firm, I guess you could say. Scott knew just, I mean, as soon as he hit it, that he didn't get to where he wanted it to be on the table. It wasn't going to happen. I mean, really, all he can do is move this to his side and bring the cue ball down table. It looks like. Yep, he avoided the kiss, and he avoided the scratch, and he's back in this game. He's back in this game. It's 7-6, and we have a pretty good game right here. Well, we moved ahead in the game. I think I recall why. I think somebody had knocked the power plug out to the camera, if I recall, and so there wasn't really much missed other than, well, I don't want to say much because I think this end game moving is fun to watch, and And now Efren's in a bit of a predicament now here. But yeah, I think somebody had knocked a wire out and the camera died and they had to quickly get it plugged back in and recording again. Well, that's one way to take a foul. So it's going to be, looks like 6-6 now, and there'll be two balls there on the spot. Scott's going to make sure that they're straight and frozen. Babe Thompson's a little bit shaky, so um, he wasn't going to be spotting the balls. Looks like Scott's winding up for the okey doke. It's a pretty cool shot. This shot you hit, where he's putting the cue ball's perfect spot, and you're gonna hit this head ball pretty much straight on with draw. You're gonna try to draw it up to where the two ball is there. You want to try to draw towards that pocket without scratching. Because believe me, I've actually done it from there. I've scratched in that corner pocket and made both the balls. One ball banks and the other one goes straight through. I made all three balls. It was Hill. It was for the cash. And that was nicely done. We got a game here, guys. And girls, if any of you ladies are out there watching One Pocket. I don't know if you can spin and get under that ball, that 7 ball, and move it away. So this is a bit of a situation Efren's in. Where the 14 ball is, I don't think he can spin underneath that 7. I mean, if he can, that's what he's going to have to do. I went for the bank, and he's going to have sold out the game. Scott can get position from here. Which he has done nicely. And I like how he came over for the ball and didn't just come one rail over. He came to this bottom rail with some spin. Well, Scott stole that game away, didn't he? That happens in One Pocket. That happens in One Pocket. So Scott now leads 5-4. And we are this race is to 8 games. And it's Efren's break. Well, we'll see how Efren breaks the balls. I mean, it's a pretty good break. I mean, Scott could try to go off the 2 and get his cue ball over. He can go off the 2 into the 9. Maybe he makes the 9. Maybe he can move the 9 away. I mean, otherwise he could take a foul up there by the chalk. That might be another option. Leave him doubled up. Up table. Yeah, he's looking to take a foul. Or is he going to go around the table? 3 rails. Yeah, he's going around the table 3 rails, okay. Did he get a rail? Nope, he didn't get a rail, but hey, that's a foul that he'll be happy to take. That was really nicely done. He had a really nice lane, it looked like, to get there, and worked out really well. He's got him pretty much almost frozen onto the back of the 9, so Efren very well might have to take a foul back. Yeah, I thought Scott was going to try to leave him doubled up, but it was tough to do from keeping him off a shot, so that was even better. Maybe Efren doesn't need to take a foul and he can thin it. Yep, nicely done. Well, Scott's, in a lot better shape than he was in. He's not really in any kind of trouble. He can go down, cross this ball and go down. Yep, nicely done. So he got another ball on his side, and Efren might try to shoot these stripes away. The 2 stripes closer to Scott's side, he might be able to move both of those right now. Well, he's able to move one of them back over to his side, so Scott's got a clear path at the 9 now where he could move it, but he clearly doesn't want to leave Efren a shot if he does. It looks like he would end up leaving that 2 ball. That's by the 5 ball. You see where he's looking to get his cue ball if he is moving that 9 away. If he's moving the 9, he needs to get his cue ball where he was just pointing to keep him off that 2. Well, he kept the cue ball close to the rail, so he did well there. I don't know if Efren's got a 2-railer on this 6 ball or not. I don't think he can bank this 5. But if he's got a 2-railer on the 6, you might see him shoot it. He's going to move the 2 and some of other... Yeah, it was a good shot. If Scott's got a lane here for the two. I mean, he's looking at us close. You might see him go for this. He struck that ball well. He got it pretty close to his pocket, and I don't think Efren's going to shoot this one ball. I mean, I'm not saying there's not a reward here if he were to make it, but I don't know. I think it's might be a little too risky. He's not going to shoot it. Pretty good shot. Pretty good shot. I might two-rail this two ball away. Nope. I wonder what Efren's going to do here. What would Efren do? I remember when that shirt was around. What would Efren do? I wonder if you can still get those shirts. I think Run Out Media, my friend Nathan with Run Out Media, offered those shirts. They were pretty cool. Scott could take a little, tippy tap behind the 5. It looks like he's going to go into the balls and try to draw. Doesn't really want to play the tippy tap game with Efren. Just tippy tapping the ball. He's going to go into these balls and slide over with the cue ball. And Scott opened him up pretty decent. He's got some balls on his side now, and hasn't really left Efren anything good that I see. So Efren might have to just move the 3. A lot of times you're going to be moving the ball that's closest to your opponent's pocket. And look at how nicely he put that cue ball on the 5. I mean, that's just a beautiful touch, Well, Scott made an error there. He just came out, drew to the wrong side of the balls, and we expect Efren to do a lot of damage here. Well, Efren's leading now 3 to -1. He's got a shot. I don't know if he can hold for the other ball. Looks like he can. Looks like he can dig in. Go over the side rail and back out. I think we're going to see Efren run 8 and out here. So it looks like Efren needs 2. Okay, just this stripe, and he's going to be out the gate. There we go. Alright, guys. Well, it is now 5-5, and stay tuned for part 2. We'll have that up for you guys soon on the channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We want you guys making sure to share this video on social media. That's all that I really ask of you. If you want to contribute to On the Rail TV, you can via PayPal at lennymarshall@live.com. It's in the video description. So you can also pick up some of these titles. If you're looking to get better at One Pocket, Power One Pocket, or Power One Pocket 2, you can pick it up online. Just do a search. We've got eBay and Amazon, so if you whatever one you want to purchase from, and along with Rodney Morris's DVD Rocket Science. Power One Pocket's about 90 minutes. It is dated, it is older, so the footage doesn't look all that great, but the content is. Power One Pocket 2, a lot of good content. I think it's over 3 hours long. Rocket Science, if I do recall, is 3 hours long also, so I give you guys a lot of bang for your buck. I appreciate everybody's support. We'll be back with part 2 very soon. I should have it uploaded pretty quickly. Thanks for tuning in, guys.